You know, they say casseroles are for winter, but I love casseroles at any time. And that's what we're going to do now, a beautiful, beautiful casserole featuring beef. So let's get on with it. Couple of steps here. Nice hot pan, always have a nice hot pan. A small amount of oil because I am using here, of course, non-stick. And so when you use non-stick, you don't need as much oil. It's as simple as that is. Okay, a couple of lots of meat. Don't make the mistake of trying to do it all at one time because you simply stew the meat, you don't seal it. And that's what we want to do. We want to brown this up, lovely and brown it on all sides. Even pieces of meat, get the meat yourself and cut it, or get onto your lovely friendly butcher and say, this is the size I want, please could you do it all the same size? It means that you get nice even cooking. Okay, brown, see how quickly that happens? Couple of batches, even 3 if you're doing more than what our recipe says. And by the way, the recipe of course comes with our manual from Easy Cook, and of course you buy the Easy Cook, it's in there, but of course the manual is available and that features all our recipes that we're showing you here from www.easycook.com.au. Browned and lovely and ready to go. So now into our casserole. Here we are. And do the second batch. Right, the last of the meat now is done. So now let's then do our onions. Just a little bit more oil because we want to get a slight browning on the onions as well. And then we'll start the making of our sauce. Yum, well, it's really gravy. But there we go. We'll just put our onions in. Peeled little onions like this. If you can't get them small like this, don't worry about them. Get big ones and cut them in half. Leave the root on the bottom because that means they'll hold together. Okay, little tip there. So we're just going to brown those up and then we'll put in the garlic as well. Hold back on the garlic because the garlic browns just a little bit easier and quicker than the onions. There we go. See how quickly they brown up? Lovely. And then we're going to add our flour and start, as I say, adding and making our sauce. So there's our garlic in. Browning of the onions. We've got some lovely flavouring ingredients to go into here, including a bit of beer. And you can use stout if you like. So there we are. Right, now for some flour. And this, of course, then is the base of your sauce. So we'll just pick up all that oil. Well, there's not very much there. But this is going to, of course, get a lot more liquid into it very shortly, including our beer. And we're going to start working the stock in shortly. So just coat that. So this is a different sort of idea to what you would normally do, I suppose, because you might coat the meat with the flour. But we're just picking up all those cooking sediments in there. There we go. Now I'm just going to start to add my beef stock gradually and stir it in so that I get rid of any lumps that might come in. So there we are. It's going to take me a second or two. We'll come back very shortly when it's all done. The sauce or the gravy is in there with the onions and the garlic. So now put in some of our flavouring ingredients using a little bit of Worcester here, black sauce, small amount. Oh, actually that's soy sauce. Sorry, I told a lie. Here's the Worcester now. There we go. Put that in. That's got a lovely sweetness in it and also gives us a little bit of colour. And now for some beer, okay. As I said, you can use stout if you like, but beer is pretty accessible. And this gives a lovely sort of malty, beautiful flavour. Cooking with beer is a lovely, lovely way to go. That's some for you later on, or for me later on. Or you can put it in a little bit later when you lose some of your liquid here. But it's really, there's enough in there already. Some brown sugar, which is just terrific. And we might think about whether we need to add salt and pepper later on. But really at this stage, that's enough. That's all we really need. There we are, lid on, and that will cook along beautifully. Well, 10 minutes ago, I checked the seasoning and it was terrific. So it's ready to go. An hour and a half it's been cooking. There we go, using our tongs. Absolutely beautiful. Casseroles, you can serve them with all sorts of things. I'm just going to serve this with a mash. That's what I'm going to do. That's all I want. Put a salad to the side or some green peas and here we go. Ah, this smells so beautiful. I'm doing that so, oh, look at what I've done. Drips everywhere. Never mind. I'll soon fix that up. Okay. It's what's always the same when you're trying to impress, isn't it? What happens? There you go. So we just clean around the edges. All right, some beautiful mashed potatoes now. Onto the side. Oh, does it get any better? Not really. Another one of the great dishes that comes from our easy cook.